Another piece of the Tang system was the military order. And here again, we can see the problems that had been created during the period of division, when military power was highly decentralized, where armies belonged in some sense to the commander, and in fact in some places in the north, soldiers were expected to take on the surname of their commander to show that they were in some sense his sons, loyal members of his family. This meant military leaders who had a high degree of independence, controlled their own power, did not easily fall under the control of the government. The Tang response to this is to create a militia system. In those frontier areas, or strategically important areas, a certain percentage of the farmers were relieved of all tax burden and were instead trained in military tactics and in army formations, the use of weapons, so that they could be called up, if necessary, to defend the country. Gradually, as the Tang began to expand, as revenue came in and it used that revenue to expand to the northwest, out into Inner Asia along the Silk Route to establish its hegemony in new territories, it needed a standing army. And as it needed a standing army, and as it began to have to defend its borders and compete with other powers, the pastoral peoples of the north, the militia system ceased to function. And instead, order was kept through the appointment of military governors. The problem was that these military governors began to gain a certain degree of independence. And when the center was weak, they would increase their power and would often try to make sure that it remained in their family in that place. That's a problem we'll come to later when we talk about the demise of the Tang.